welcome back to Friendship Knits. This is Anita and I'm Andra. And as you have seen in the title, this is a more special video because we're gonna host a KAL. Also, we thought we're gonna answer some of your questions, like while we're casting on and start knitting, or just kind of like talk about ourselves, kind of like what we're doing in our lives, or whatever you might care to know, because I always like to kind of have a little peek into creators' life when I'm watching a podcast. So yeah, that's gonna happen later as well.
The pattern we chose for the KAL is the mixed rib cami by Florence Miller. And both of us wanted to knit this pattern, and we thought it would be fun to open up this mini KAL of both of us for you to join. For those who don't know yet, the mixed rib cami by Florence Miller, it is a sleeveless top which is knitted top down. It has a very elegant look with this mixed rib, and it is knitted on 3mm needles and has a gauge of 30 stitches and 38 rows by 10 centimeters or 4 inches. Yes, so a lot of work.
Yeah.
The pattern features 9 sizes and is intended to have 10 up to 15 centimeters of negative ease. So it is a more fitted camisole or top.
So the goals of this KAL is, first of all, to inspire each other, maybe with the colors, yarn choices, all that. Then also for motivation, because it is twisted rib.
And as we know, it's hard on the hands.
Yeah, exactly.
And on the motivation.
Yeah, so we hope we kind of keep up the stamina together. And last but not least is, if anyone has questions or is stuck in the pattern, we can like help each other out and ask questions.
I'm gonna explain the conditions now, how you can join the KAL. We will also write these down in the description box and also make a post on Instagram on our channel, so you can just always go back and look it up in case you need to.
Yeah.
We will host the KAL from the 1st of June until to the 1st of September. So it will be like 3 months where you have time to cast on and knit on your camisole. In order to join the KAL, you just need to post a photo, or you can also make a story with the hashtag mixedribcamiKAL just somewhere on Instagram. So we're able to see it and maybe like react on it. Also, all of the other people who want to join can find your post and your photos. Additionally to that, we also want to like open up a chat on Instagram for those who maybe don't want to post like too many photos on their feed, or they just want to interact a little bit more with each other. So you can post more updates on what you're working on, or also can ask the questions you may have. Yeah. In this chat, we see us just as equal participants. And we will not like, I mean, we will comment and just look at the pictures, but yeah, we are not like leading anything, or I don't know, I hope it's clear.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we have some questions as well, or like anything like this. So.
Yeah, we just want to open up the space for us and you guys to interact and inspire each other. But yeah, it's not like...
We're not like teachers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that's clear. Yeah, so you can just DM us on Instagram at our friendsheepknits Instagram account, and then we can open up this chat and also add people. Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to that.
Yes.
As a second part of the KAL, for those who even want to participate further, we will have a little prize. It's going to be a gift card for Knitting for Olive's online shop in the value of $60, approximately $60.
It's going to be 50 Swiss francs, and whatever at that day the currency rate will be.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But today it's around $60.
Exactly, yeah. The winner is going to be chosen by chance But in order to even qualify for it, you will have to be finished by 1st of September. And also it has like a photo of the finished piece has to be posted in your Instagram feed or as a post with the handle or like the hashtag #KAL, so we can like see it on one like site.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can post it till like 33:59 o'clock or like from the 1st of September. So you can still post it on the 1st of September.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's
So yeah,
it will like close on 2nd of September.
Yes.
Yeah. We are in the time zone GMT +2. Yeah.
we will like orientate ourselves at our
Time zone.
time zone. So you will just have to look that up, or yeah.
Exactly. So 1st of September, you still have time. 2nd, it's closed.
Yeah, and we live in Switzerland, in case you don't know. And yeah.
Yeah, that's like south of Germany.
It's not Sweden, actually.
Not Sweden, just so you know.
We were also so happy to like see in the time of preparation for this knit along other creators to already begin to knit the mixed strip cami. I don't know whether like Ninit, she was thinking about whether she wanted to knit the mixed strip cami. I know Natasha Crawford is knitting one, and also Jessica by Those Twins Who Knit. I don't know, probably she's already done by this time. She's so fast, but it's just so fun. Yeah, to already see like how people are knitting this camisole.
Yes.
And also when we were talking about in our podcasts, some people already commented like, oh, I'm already knitting it. Like a lot of people are knitting it in the Knitting for Olive in the color Red Currant, which I think is such a genius idea, and I'm so motivated to maybe make a second one in Red Currant. Maybe I'm also just so scarred by this camisole, so I will never do it again, but
we'll see. That's why we have the KAL for, so it's going to be a smooth experience.
Yes,
right?
That's true. So we will cast on our mixed strip cami right now, and I'm gonna use the Cotton Merino by Knitting for Olive in the color Japanese Anemone.
Yes. What size will you knit it in?
I will make size 1.
I'm going to knit it in long yarns for Merino 400 lace in the color 796. I'm also going to hold it double, also with 3mm needles. And the size I'm going to knit in is size 2. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's start.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Actually, my gauge is a little bit off. I don't really mind because it would be nice if the camisole would be a little bit smaller than what size 1 is. Yeah. Because otherwise it wouldn't be really have enough negative ease, I think. So
fair enough, yeah.
I hope it will.
Yeah, I don't remember about my gauge actually. I couldn't find my notes. So let's see.
Okay. Let's start. Würdest du ihn erst spulen? Jetzt muss ich aber schauen, wie viel ich muss ancasten.
Ja, sieht man das?
Ui,
da, selber einen Hund. Yes, das mache ich, ja. Da kannst du aber wirklich viel
spulen. Ich nehme das schneller.
Nur mit den Zellen.
Ui, schau mal, wie schnell du bist.
Der muss es dann noch zählen. Weißt du, oft das dann falsch zählen. Jesus, Mann. Weißt du, oft ich auch falsch Käse ohne. Das ist wirklich, das geht ja, das fängt fast schon einen ganzen Podcast. Bin ich am Hammerschwamm. Hier ist die reingelegt. Now we have the first 2 rows, and as mentioned in the beginning, we're gonna answer some of your questions. The first one was, how have we met and how did we become friends?
Yeah.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I can start. When I was studying, I was living in a commune with some friends, and we just had a really great time, and I really enjoyed to live with other people and to just enjoy this community. But when I was getting married to my husband, I moved out and we lived alone, just the two of us. As I said, I moved out of the commune, but as the people living there were still like my best friends, I kept in touch and was also still in the shared flat often to visit and just to hang out.
So yeah, I was living in Zurich by then because I studied there, but then I like stopped studying. I quit, changed. I changed like my studies, subject, exactly. So a friend asked me like that was also moving into your ex-flatmates, kind of, and she asked me if I want to join. I didn't know you.
Actually, she like took my place, I think.
Yeah, and I took then the place of the other girl that moved out at the same time as you. So I came here. I didn't know the other girls yet, but that friend I knew from high school, and then like it was just kind of like an open flat mentality. So a lot of people come over. So we had like a lot of dinners together, and then like I would talk to you sometimes.
Yeah, as I said, I would like visit often and just be around a lot, I guess. And as you
me too.
As you were living here, you were also around, and that's how we met. And we weren't really like hanging out together, more so in the group.
Yeah, true.
And then at one point, I don't really know, like someone was away for like some days, and then I thought, oh, it would be fun to just like move in for some days. And then I was living here. Wow, I was just like sleeping here for like 3 nights or so. And then I think it matched.
What? The first thing was the book. I feel the first thing we actually like talked like oh, I have to tell you something, kind of. Like it was because
the book. But I think it was before even.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know.
We don't remember really.
I think but the book was also, I think, was a big like head start.
Exactly. Because the thing was, well, first of all, I feel like I always really loved your humor. I feel like that was like what connected very easily. It was like I found you so funny. But I just never like imagined, not that I'm very insecure, but I just didn't think like you would be like very, very interested to be like a friend outside of the friend group. So then you kind of like made a few steps toward me. I feel like also like talking about the book we both read and really liked, and like kind of love hate.
We have to explain first about the book. It's like I think a romance series we were both reading when we were teenagers, and the author is still like coming out with new books. And I mean, they're really good books for teenagers. I think our mind has changed. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, we've grown.
And I think, we've grown.
Since 14.
Yes, luckily. And I think when we're reading these books now, actually you wanted to read it, but you just wanted to know, but you didn't want to read it. And then you gifted the book to me. So I would read it and then report to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did. I did it actually.
Yeah, I just have this one women moment where we're like, before this room was your room, like there was like a party, and we're like, oh, I have to tell you about this book. And you kind of dragged me into this room, and you're like, won't believe this. And I was like, no way she did that. And we're like, that's so toxic. I said, yeah, it really is.
And then we were like
head over heels just talking about it.
Yeah,
I feel like that was very connecting.
That was, yeah. And we just didn't care about the party. I just had to like
it was like someone's birthday.
Yeah, well, I think before we were like meeting occasionally, often in a bar.
Oh yes, very loud.
That was fun too. And then somehow once I think I had the idea to maybe just go away for some days.
Yes.
And then both of us were like already quite into knitting game then. And then we just went away for, I don't know, 4 days or so to Germany, and we're just like knitting.
It was like we were right after the border of Switzerland even.
Yes, we just wanted to have like a cheaper flat. because Germany is like quite cheaper than Switzerland.
Yes.
And then we were just like living there for 4 days, eating fast food, watching like reality shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love is blind. And
knitting.
knitting.
Like actually while we were driving, or that's like my memory at least, I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
but I feel like
it's my memory too.
Oh great. I feel like we both kind of knew we were both like watching podcasts, like knitting podcasts, and then I feel like we kind of joked about how funny it would be to make one, also because we have like very different approaches to knitting, or we used to have. I feel like now we kind of like met in the middle.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But like I'm very chaotic. Yeah, I guess I get into that a little bit later. But so like I'm more chaotic, not so organized. Kind of just yeah. I'm gonna open it again if it doesn't fit. And you used to plan a lot.
Yeah, I think I still do.
You do still, yeah, true.
I think what the funny thing was, you asked me in the car, like on the ride to the hostel, you asked me like, can you imagine like having a YouTube channel? And I said like, no, I cannot imagine. I think I will never have. I think I said like, never say never, but I don't think I will ever have a YouTube channel. Which is fun.
Yeah.
And then we were just like talking about how funny like our
dynamic
match or our dynamic would be. Yeah. And then somehow we were like starting to like just as fun, or I don't know, like we were starting to like brainstorm.
Yeah.
I don't know, how would we call our channel, or I think it was just like an idea.
Yeah.
And then somehow over the weekend it just got more serious.
Yeah, because we used to talk about our knitting plans, and they were like, that's basically a podcast now. Like while we talk, kind of how we talk about it, and like how we love to show to each other our ideas and stuff.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It's not too far off of what we're already doing.
That's true.
And then yeah, we came home, and then we're like,
actually like
the same day we came home.
Yeah, the same evening you came to my place. Yeah, we were so tired because we were just speaking for days nonstop.
Yes, and like long drive as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I guess how
we
met, and also how we started the podcast.
Exactly.
I think that's we also just answered that.
Yeah,
question nobody asked it. I think it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and the second question was, how did we start knitting?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to learn to knit in school. I think already like in the how it's called, preschool.
Mm-hmm. Really? No, primary school. Because I feel like preschool is like kindergarten.
Oh no, it was primary school. Yeah. And then I pretty liked it, but yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, my mom also used to knit, and then I quite liked it to knit. And then at home, after our project in school was done, I even like started a scarf with cables.
Oh my gosh!
Like it was only like always the same cable, but still. And then I knitted that, but I didn't really like I just liked to knit, and I didn't really wanted the finished scarf. So I think I just lost it again a little bit. And then later at school we knit again, but yeah, I didn't really pick it up. And then later, when actually I met you, you had this like pink sweater. You knitted once and you didn't like it anymore, and then I thought, oh, I just love that sweater. Could I? Or then you gifted it to me. I actually still have it, but it's
all polyester. It's horrible,
and it has like huge holes where the raglan increases.
Because I didn't know how to make them.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And sometimes I don't like to wear it anymore because of these holes. And then people ask me whether I knitted it. I'm like, no, it's my friend.
I would never.
I know it doesn't look that good, but it's still a cute sweater. And then, I don't know, this inspiration of this chunky wool and this colorful sweater just stroked me so hard. I just went to the store and bought some yarn and needles and started knitting. And then, but I didn't know about all this like this community, and I didn't know that there were patterns to follow, which makes a lot of things much easier. And then I just went on, and out of my head, I just thought, like, how can I make a sweater? And I made a swatch, and then I calculated how long I wanted things to be and how wide. And then I just went on, and I didn't know anything about increases. I just saw, I saw a tutorial on YouTube, and then I just tried to incorporate that in my pattern design, whatever.
Wow.
And actually, because I didn't know how to knit a sweater, how, like, which steps you have to follow, and I didn't look it up, which is kind of funny. I did like how is that called? It's like an contiguous shoulder construction, I think I did, because
Like accidentally.
yeah, I
Oh my
mean,
God.
I just thought, like, how can I do that? And then I thought, oh, this is the shoulder, and I'm just gonna do increases on both sides.
Oh yeah, that's like
Yeah, which is
that's crazy.
funny. I mean, it doesn't look that good, but still, it's kind of funny that I made that. Yeah, and then I just somehow I started to watch these, like, these planning videos on YouTube.
Oh yes.
It was also because of Kutuwa Kika. Right now I remember. She uploaded this, like, very popular video of her, like, knitting her wedding dress.
Yeah.
And then I started to watch other videos from her, and she is just like, she sparks so much inspiration and joy that
That's so true.
I was just so, I couldn't not knit anymore. I just really wanted to knit. And then also with other videos, the algorithm then showed me, I came to these, like, what I knit or planning videos, or what I knit in whatever year it was. And then I saw all these patterns, and then I came to Ravelry, and then all in all, it went
Crazy.
and then I really picked it up. I think the first, like, really, like, the first pattern I really followed was the Jenny sweater, which is this a year ago?
It's a little bit more than a year ago. I think it's 1.5, right? Yeah, my mom used to knit a lot. Like, she used to knit all our hats, sweaters, everything.
Oh wow.
Also for, like, our foster siblings and stuff. Yeah. And then I guess my older sister, she started knitting, but she's, like, very neat and patient, which I really wasn't. Now I'm kind of getting better at it. So I started knitting, but it was, like, really horrible. I was not good at it at all. But I love to choose, like, the colors of the yarns.
Yeah.
And then you can, like, see my mom, like, changing the colors, and then me, like, one, like, very off row. So I never finished stuff. I always started it and never finished. And also in school, of course, same thing. We had to knit, and I love to start it. I just never finished it, or made my mom finish it.
Didn't you have to finish stuff from school?
I would just not pass, like, if I had a grade. You can, like, just not hand it in, right?
Okay.
So I guess I was the only person in my class not passing that class. Or maybe my mom would, like, sometimes my mom would help me as well. Like, because what is it, like, an hour for her, months for me. But then I always love to look at it, like, on Pinterest, and kind of, like, think about it. I just never knew how to improve, really. Then I went to Denmark for a few months into, like, a højskole. It's just, like, kind of like a boarding school where you can, depending on the school, you can, like, be very creative and have classes and stuff. But I feel like the main thing is to be social. Like, if you're Danish and that's not true, please correct me in the comments. But that's, like, how I experienced it. And there, like, everyone was knitting because it was a very creative school. And also my friend, that was, like, the reason why I went there. She always knitted. And then I think, I mean, I knitted from YouTube, like, hats and stuff, with, like, step-by-step tutorials. I just never really wanted to try patterns because I'm in regular, like, bad with following instructions, like, also recipes. Rules is okay. No, it's not okay. Rules and instructions, I guess I miss stuff. I don't know how it happens, but even if I cook, it never turns out the way it's supposed to. On the other hand, I can be very creative, so I guess it kind of evens each other's out. But yeah, like then because everyone's knitting like petite knits, I just was like, oh, I want to try it. But then of course, like it didn't work. Like that sweater was me following the instructions, and like the raglan increases were so holy. I also just didn't like look up.
Oh, maybe it was the Louisiana sweater.
Yeah, it's a Louisiana sweater. You're right. It is that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. I bought it, but I just couldn't follow. And because I don't know why, but I guess the link was like then in Danish or like English, but I was reading the German part, but there was like some mismatch.
I mean, their or her like explaining videos are all in Danish, I think.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. So I kind of just not lost it, but like lost patience. I was like, I'm not gonna do the pattern thing again. I like rather be free and do the tutorials. But then I made also mistakes with like yarn choices. So with YouTube tutorial, I would like knit socks, a very good actually YouTube tutorial, but I would choose like cotton. Then it would not like would be so tight. And just stuff like this. So I kind of had these waves of bursts of creativity, try something with tutorials and had to open it a lot or whatever.
A lot of errors.
Yeah, a lot of errors, and then kind of put it down again, but then want to start again. So there was like, yeah, kind of also how you've met me. It was like having random projects, and it was like always kind of off.
It was all the projects in one basket and all of the schemes.
Exactly. So, and then with you, because like you kind of inspired like one of our roommates, and she made this wonderful sweater by Kutua Kika, the Arctic sweater. And she wasn't like, she was at the same level as I was with like knitting hats and pulse warmers and stuff. So I was like, oh, she can like do it, I guess I can try again, and I can just ask you and stuff. So I knitted what's like a brioche sweater by Picture Design. I forgot the name, but yeah. So I did that. It was horrible.
It's not true.
No, I mean, no, it doesn't look horrible. It's just the process was horrible. I feel like I had like a lot of...
you restarted a lot.
Exactly, remember? Because at first I wanted to do like the urban sweater with a zipper, and I just restarted because I wanted to make it texture and the gauge was off as well. And I really didn't want to do it right because it felt like a jail. You know what I mean? So I really want to give like my little touch to it, and then it wouldn't work out. So I had to kind of let that be and just follow a pattern, and then I learned the techniques, and then I can create it. So that had to happen. But to actually stay with the pattern, with the hobby, I feel like the podcast really helps to motivate, and having you to talk about it and the other girls. So that's that. Also with the YouTube, I rather watched like project vlogs by like Jenna Phipps, like trying to recreate stuff and without patterns and things, than like the ones that involve the patterns. So
Get it.
I guess that's that for our journeys.
And actually, our flatmates are both very inspired, not expired, inspired. By knitting and our makes, and now like almost everyone is knitting at our community. Oh, I have to maybe say that like this winter I moved back into the commune together with my husband. So I'm back with the girls in the shared flat. And now we're just
living together
and knitting.
It's amazing.
Perfect.
Oh, also we're friends with the local yarn shop. Like that's how much we're into it.
She knows us well.
Yes, and we love it. We love to talk to her about yarn and stuff. So yeah, I used to smoke, but then like a year ago I stopped, and knitting completely covered the whole time. And the urge, I guess, as well. So if you're like a smoker, you really want to stop, like try knitting. I'm not even joking. Try knitting in social events if they're like stressful for you, because that can like kind of take off the eases at the edge as well. So
and if there are like other questions you want to ask us, just feel free to maybe also put those in the comments, and maybe in another video we'll get to that.
Yeah, or like also on Instagram, whatever, like
into DMs.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep you updated on our Instagram stories how it's going with our like mixed strip camis. Also as a reminder, if you want to join the KAL, use the hashtag mixedstripcamical on Instagram, and if you want to even be more involved, text us a DM on Instagram so we can put you in a chat, or we're gonna help each other out and just kind of ask questions, talk, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it was nice to have you. We would love to hear from you, like what were you knitting, and maybe also can you see yourself joining our KAL? That would be so fun.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much and have a great day.
Bye.
Schweizer, was es geht.
Ich würde sagen, sie können ja das eingeben, was in der Schweiz für Zeit ist.
Ja, aber wir sagen jetzt trotzdem.
Ist mir scheißegal.
Die schreiben Schweden.